Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Mohinder Chand, Department of Tourism and Hotel Management, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. Dear students, today we will discuss on the subject tourism and hospitality, paper, travel agency, and tour operations, itinerary preparations, and tour package design. Module 5th, linkages and integrations of travel trade. Let us start with the learning outcomes. After completing this module, students will be able to understand the concept of linkages and integration, various types of linkages and integrations, understand the merits and demerits of vertical integrations in travel trade. Let us start with introduction. Recently, many developed countries are becoming increasingly aware that their employment, foreign exchange earning, and GDP are accounted by the tourism industry. The tourism industry is gradually turning into the most important industry worldwide, whose growth has more than doubled by the end of 2020. There are numerous reasons for this expansion, such as improvement in transportation, communication, technology, and higher standard of living of the world populations. Thus, it has become significant to understand tourism and the entire supply chain. This model describes the concept and importance of linkages and integrations of travel trade. Let us start with the linkages and integrations of travel trade. The first of all, meaning of linkages. One of the best ways to enhance economic benefits to the local community and to increase the contribution to poverty eradication is to increase the extent of linkages between the formal tourism sector like hotels, lodges, restaurants, tour operators, and transport providers, and the local economy. Increased integration can develop strong linkages between the tourism and other economic sectors, including agriculture, fishery, manufacturing, construction, craft production. The making of effective partnership-based linkages then often requires a catalytic and a sustained effort. The process is well placed to provide both in general when new or concessions are granted. Private sector companies should be also able to develop such linkages as a part of their bid. Linkages plays a vital role in the travel industry because the various constituents of tourism contributes in one way or the other in varying degree in providing a total tourism product experience to the tourists. The main benefit of linkages in tourism are development of touristic infrastructure, promotion of destinations, specifically attractions, economy of scale, conservation and protection of the heritage, reduced costs, lower price, identifying and developing untapped tourist potential, improved negotiation power, socio-economic development, promotion of sectoral destinations and tourism destinations. Now, the various linkages in travel trade. During the recent past, all businesses have become highly competitive, and the travel industry is no exception in this context. Such competition has compelled the travel agencies and tour operators to seek ways to become more efficient and profitable in this direction, since the tourism product is not an independent product, rather it is a dependent product which is formulated by the tour operators. By assembling the various tourism products, ingredients from airlines, hotels, transport operators, maybe the cultural centers, different other organizations, different other sectors. Essentially, the travel industry has to maintain a close tie with the air industry, hotel industry, cultural and entertainment centers. Such linkages are vital for travel or tour operation industry to serve the diverse needs and demands of the growing tourists. The figure describes the main linkages in travel and trade businesses like accommodation sector, like recreation sectors, like entertainment sector, like airlines, the hotels. They have occupied a pivotal place in the travel industry and are supporting the travel agency business. In fact, travel agencies or tour operators are creating demand for travel, lodging like food, shopping, entertainment and other tourism resources. Accommodation includes all form of lodging, even camping, all type of foods and beverages, services. Transportations includes airlines, rail, road, sea, and then shopping includes any form of retail purchase such as souvenirs, arts, craft, clothing and others. Then banking and insurance companies offer financial and insurance services. Tourism associations offer an opportunity to solve tourism industry problems and provide a platform to develop different type of tourism ethics. Educational institutions provide supply right kind of and right quality of human sources to the travel agencies and tour operators. Keeping in view the above mentioned aspects, one can say that the linkages in the travel industry or the constituents of the travel industry are dependent on each other, not only in terms of their business, but also in relation to determining their marketing strategies. For example, a tour operator will be able to package a tour package with the help of transport sector, accommodation sector, destination attractions, destination organizations and so forth. Hence, all tourism services have a direct impact on the product of the tour operators as described in the linkages of travel trade. Now, let us discuss the linkage with different sectors. Airlines, International Airlines Transport Association operates a network by which travel agencies sell air tickets and receives commission. Thus, the sale of airline ticket is highly regulated and strictly controlled. The agency commission ranging from 5 to 11%. What most major airlines offer additional incentives, that's cash bonus and override commissions. However, in some cases, when a travel agency purchases air tickets in bulk, the margin of commission will be high. This largely depends on the relationship between the two organizations. The producers of the sale of domestic airlines ticket is differently from the country to country. Even rate of commissions also vary. Today, airline ticketing and reservation is almost entirely automated. Accommodation companies next. Most hotels and other lodging companies, including major Indian and international hotel chains, pay commission to the travel agencies. However, the rates are different. However, hotels in dealing with the travel agencies are more informations and less regulated than the airline companies. Interestingly, many hotels and hotel chains participates in computer reservation system pertaining hotel reservation to be made at the same terminal which is used to sell airline tickets. The commission received from the hotels is the second largest component of total agency revenue. But if the purchase is made in bulk, then the profit is based on the negotiated prices and accordingly the profit may be higher or lower. Then the cruise companies. The cruise companies are informally regulated by its own governing body like Cruise Lines Association, which must approve any travel agencies that desire to sell or booking on behalf of any member of the cruise company. The rail commissions, the companies sell the package on the basis of different type of commission. They provide the accommodation, entertainment and different type of other services. The commission vary from 10 to 20%. However, most cruise packages tour are sold to the public through the travel agency. It was like Thomas Cook who bought first group of foreign tourists in India through the sea route. Next, discuss the insurance companies. Today, many travel companies have included travel insurance in their package tour, like Thomas Cook. The company insured the travelers to protect them against accident, loss of baggage, and missing flights. Successful travel agencies management has to make close contact with insurance companies to obtain insurance policies for their clients. Recently, the Oriental Insurance Company has introduced two new travel policies for domestic as well as foreign tourists, that is Suhana Safar for domestic travelers and Videsh Yatra Mitar for the foreign travelers. Incidentally, the foreign policy is an upgraded version of the overseas medical insurance. Next, the banking companies. Travel agencies offer banking facility to the clients like clearance of traveler check and arrangement of foreign currency. Only those travel agencies which are authorized by the Reserve Bank of India under Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973 can deal with foreign currency. Banking company give commission to travel agencies on traveler check and currency exchange. Now let us discuss the educational institutions. An agency's success depends almost entirely on the competence of management and the expertise of the staff. It develops manpower planning in such a way that will help to conduct on-campus selection and match the students to the requirements of the company. The linkage between travel companies and tourism educational institutions will solve the problem of human resources requirement of any company, maybe the future or maybe past. Therefore, a travel company needs to maintain close contact and interface with tourism educational institution. Many chief executives from the industry are the members of advisory board of the institutions. Next point, travel trade association. These associations provide a common platform to solve many problems of the members, such as training problem, develop common code of conduct, airline commission. There are a number of travel trade associations like TAI, ITO, ASTA, ITA, PATA, WTO that are quite active in the promotion of travel trade at global level. Essentially, every travel company should be the form of any association. They can avail the financial and non-financial incentives and the commission from the airlines and hotels, etc. Tour destination operators, companies. The travel agency need to maintain close tie with many other associations, organizations offering travel-related services like cultures and entertainment centers or organization, foreign tour companies, regional passport offices, departments of tourism both at central and state levels, transport operators, food and beverage business, etc. In fact, these organizations play a vital role in making travel a complete product. Travel companies provide business to above cited organizations and in return receives commissions. However, there are few other organizations that help the agency to run travel business smoothly and promote India as tourist destinations. Technically, a travel company cannot work in an isolation. What is interdependence with other travel related enterprises? Keeping in view the above mentioned aspects, one can say that the linkages in travel industry or the constituents of the tourism industry are dependent on each other, not only in terms of their business, but also in relation to determining their marketing strategies. It can be supported with an example. A tour company will be able to package a tour with the help of transportation sector, accommodation sector, destination attractions, destination companies and different other organizations. Let us discuss the meaning of integration in travel trade. As a layman, integration refers to the end result of process that aims to stitch together different, often disparate subsystems so that the data contained in each becomes part of a larger, more comprehensive system that ideally, quickly and easily shares information when needed. However, as per business perspective, business integration defined as a strategy whose goal is to synergizing information technology system and business cultures and objectives with the technology and business policies. Business integration is reflections of how IT is being observed as a function of business. It is also used to cross-train management and employees, reduce ineffective communication systems, and cut supplier costs. As you analyze your company's operations, think of the different ways you can integrate processes to save the company time and money. Thus, integration is the process by which a business can strengthen its arms both financial and economically. Let us discuss the types of the integration in travel trade. There are two types of integrations: horizontal integrations and vertical integrations. The first of all, horizontal integration. Integration is when two industries merge together. It is where one business which offers a product takes over another business who offers similar products. An example of horizontal integration is the first choice group, and this is because they own first choice hypermarket as well as the first choice travel agency. The reason why they are part of the horizontal integration is because looking at the buying chain, they are on the exact same time. Now let us discuss the vertical integration. Vertical integration is when one company extends its operation or business into a variety of the different areas. The company buys another similar organization. However, it is on a different level of the chain. An example of vertical integration is Virgin Trains, which is owned by the Virgin Group and also a partnership with the Stagecoach. In the travel industry, two companies take over one another in order to find out different ways to sell their products and services to their clients. Thus, the integrations within the travel agency or to our operation business is vital for the success of the business. The integration may be vital, vertical or horizontal depending on the nature of business or the purpose we want to achieve. For example, two tour operators may enter in an integration to success or to share the economic benefits in the market. On the other hand, a hotel may diversify its product line by offering local sightseeing tour package as he has its own accommodation and transportation facilities. Let us discuss the advantages and disadvantages of vertical integrations. Advantages of vertical integrations. It is helpful to invest in specialized areas. Vertical integration can give you a great advantage over your competitors, allowing you to invest and develop the products that you are currently offering. By being able to acquire highly specialized assets, you will be able to differentiate your business from the rest of your industry with a highly competitive advantage. As such, you can raise your share within the market and see increased profit. Next, helps to control businesses. One great benefit that is sought by companies that are getting into vertical integration is more control over the value chains. When retailers decide to develop or acquire a manufacturing business, they would gain more control over the production aspect of their distribution. In the same manner, when manufacturing companies perform retailing or distribution, they would have more control over how they present their products and how much they would sell them on the market. Helpful for positive differentiations from the competitors. This business strategy can give an organization important access to more production inputs, process and retail channels and distribution resources. Each of these elements can offer great opportunity to the company to distinguish itself from the competition. With the use of effective marketing techniques for a retail business, it can adapt more quickly to the changing consumer needs by owning a production or manufacturing firm that can create its products for manufacturer. They could sell through the web and take advantage of online advertising techniques to drive traffic to their sites and build market credibility. Next, lower cost of the transaction. This can be realized through the intertransaction that can be made between the subsidiaries, and the typical have a central communication and management system that is inexpensive to employ. Effective cost control. Typically, vertical integration can offer a significant ability to control costs in the distribution of products, particularly the traditional one, where every step in the moment of goods involves markups, so the reseller can earn more profit through direct selling to the end user. Manufacturer can get rid of the middleman, which means a step or more removed in the process. Along the way, a single entity that manages the distribution process will also have more ability to optimize the utilizations of the resources and avoid wasted costs. Not only these, what low transportation costs will also be common. High standard products quality. Since subsidiaries are employing a quality control system, it is more likely that they can produce high standard products. Next, competitive advantage. Some businesses get into vertical integration with the sole purpose to increase their advantage over their competitors and block them from gaining access to important markets and scarce resources. For example, a retail might purchase a manufacturing firm to gain access to resources, patents and properties. Technology are only available in the firm's local area. For manufacturer, they may enter retailing and distribution to get direct access to the consumers in a highly competitive market before its competitors do. Next, disadvantage. A good example of this situation is when a business needs to establish excess upstreams capacity to ensure its downstreams operation will get sufficient supply under any demand condition. This might even result in the realizations of the business formal suppliers, potentially its main production process. More difficulties. Take note that vertical mergers will have less economies of scale as most of their production processes are at different levels. Moreover, there is still scope for monopoly power or even non-monopoly power. For example, Tide pubs could charge higher prices to consumer while having fewer choices on beer. Decreased flexibility. The main contribution to this problem are the upstreams and downstreams investments. The business is making great barrier to the market entry. Tourism business that have control over access to crucial components that are quite scarce due to the vertical integration would often create some barriers to market entry. They have the ability to limit competition and would establish a strong position in the market to protect their consumer base. However, they might face antitrust regulators who think that they are influencing market concentration, cause confusion within the business. Retail and product development are distinct businesses, and doing both could require more work to be done. Also, a lot of entrepreneurs who are often trying to think of too many things would confuse, distract, and harm their bottom line. next huge amount of money. For a great vertical integration to happen, a company should have an extremely large amount of capital to be invested. After all, they might have to purchase new facilities, hire a large number of new employees, and control their new facilities, making this strategy nearly impossible for smaller companies to employ. Let us discuss a summary. Linkages and integrations of the travel industry are crucial while formulating tourism plans, policies, and designing, developing, and promoting tour packages. Linkages are and integrations in travel tourism industry do not exist in vacuum. Rather, they develop and are operated in a complex environment that is continuously changing. These environmental changes and their underlying forces can have profound efforts on the tourism chain in the short as well as the long run. The tour planners, tour organizations must therefore be sensitive to the environment and environmental changes in order to plan effective marketing strategies for meeting these changes successfully. To do so, the government tourism industry must have a good understanding of the environment and how it influences the tourism chain and linkages. This model clearly defines the concept of linkage and integration in travel trade business and also introduced you with the various types of linkages and integrations with their respective advantages and disadvantages. Thank you very much for watching EPG Pathshala.